Alright, good evening folks. Welcome to the Cyber Racing Association K&N Series. I've raced in this league before when we did the trucks. We did super speedways. It's a super fun league to run in. It'll be interesting to see how the K&N cars play out. Joining me tonight will be Alan Schoen and Mike Major up in the booth. We've got 60 laps here at Daytona tonight. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about before the actual race kicks over, which as we see there's about 7 minutes left roughly in broadcasting before we run over. So we're going to go into the event that's coming up tomorrow, which would be the Turkey Shootout. It's 94 laps at Talladega on a fixed set with the truck. It's a $250 payout to the top 15 drivers. Green flag drops at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Die Hard Live TV. And as far as the details on this race tonight, it's 60 laps. There'll be 2 resets for this race, and then all future races for the remainder of the season will have 1. If there are any cautions, whoever caused the wreck will get an EOL penalty. Definitely we're going to see tire wear being a big factor tonight, because we've been seeing speeds around 200 miles an hour in the draft, which is extremely fast with these K&N cars. So we're going to look at about a 23 to 26 lap pit window on fuel. We get that beautiful shot going into turn 3. We see this nice group of cars running here. This super flow. We got an Earnhardt paint scheme, nice old Mark Martin scheme. A lot of good paint jobs out there tonight, and hopefully we'll have some amazing 3-wide racing going on.
Looks like we got a pit party rolling off.
That indeed we do. Be interesting to see how fast these cars get up after they do their out lap. See what their first up to speed lap is running together in such a big pack.
In the last pit party, I saw a little bit over 202, 203.
Be interesting to see once everybody gets all grouped up and they drop the virtual green flag here before the actual qualifying starts. See if they can get a couple good laps in so we can see what the speed average is.
These cars just draft remarkably.
I remember back in the old days, they did very, very well in the draft, and it seems like after they rolled out the new build set with the low downforce on it, you can really get up there and really push the hell out of them now. Now let's see, they're already at 200 going down the backstretch in 201. See if they can break 205. Up 204, 200 going into turn 3. That's pretty remarkable for these cars.
Oh, got some net code. I think a lot of the guys that aren't used to these cars aren't realizing how fast the closing rate on them are.
That is one of the biggest things, as well as bumping in the wrong places. We all know, those of us who do race, there are plenty of places where you can bump perfectly fine in draft, but going through the corners, not so well. As we now kick over to qualification, we will go ahead and let these drivers get out here and do their 2-lap runs. So we have the number 4 of Justin Levine out on the track right now. And there's the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. '32 of Scott Trenton. Number 90 of Anthony Santoro.
It'll be interesting to see what the drivers choose for qualifying, if they run that first lap on the bottom or they run the top the whole first lap.
I think we're starting to see right here with the 20 car, he's got the right idea, make his out lap there on the wall, and then carry his first lap on the high side, then swing down low and run the yellow line all the way around the track for his second lap, which is usually typically the way I do it on a plate track.
We'll get to see here who's the smoothest through the corner, because we all know the smoothest guy is usually the pole sitter.
I believe it was, what was it? It was Robert in our league who gave me the best advice for super speedway qualification. When you're running that low line, use as little wheel input as possible going through the corner so you do not scrub those tires and keep your speed up. As we've seen him take pole after pole after pole, hopefully that will pay out for the number one driver here. Right now your pole sitter is the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer with a 49.190.
Only driver so far to crack a 1.
A little hard to see the number of that car there, seeing how he's driving a blacked out car with blacked out numbers. You see the 31 Lowe's car slowing down, the nice old Mike Skinner paint job there. That'd be the 15 of Greg Carter who is blacked out.
Looks like the room's going to be full of a few pretty quick guys this time.
And we will run you through the field order here. On pole will be Dustin Dean. Starting second will be Raymond Rittenhauer. Third, John Mustian Jr. Fourth, Jonathan Chisholm. Fifth, Rodney Wofford. Sixth, Bernard Person. Seventh, Jeff Carter. Eighth, Jared Haggerty. Ninth, Eddie Hawks. Rounding out the top 10 will be Matthew Welsenbach. Starting in 11th will be Gregory Thompson. 12th, Jason Rudbush. 13th, Justin Levine. 14th, Derek Walker. 15th, Greg Carter. 16th, Marcus McFadden. 17th will be the 82 of Daniel Harrington. 18th place will be Jason Kinzer. 19th, Frederick Hofstetter. Rounding out the top 20 will be R.D. Peterson Jr. 21st, we have Anthony Santoro. 22nd, Verlis Felkins. 23rd will be the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. 24th, Zachary Chahalis. 25th, Bill Jett. 26th, Roger Stewart. 27th, Travis Stewart. And 28th, we have the 53 of Joe Morgani. 29th, Scott Trantham. 30th, Josh Ball. 31st, Chris Passini. And rounding out the field will be Jared Treese. As we wait for everybody to grid up, the pace car will take off and we will be 1 to go and we will get this race underway. Any final thoughts, guys, before the race kicks off?
It's going to be interesting to see what strategies guys play, what teammates get together. You know, there is 2 fast repairs, but you go for it early, try to get up to the front early.
And I've seen with the truck series, a lot of guys did not use the track or the fast repair, even with some damage on their trucks, and they were still able to hold fairly decent speed. So hopefully there's not too many big wrecks, and everybody can get together and stay in a nice, organized, tight pack. But this is Daytona, and it's plate track racing with the K&N, so it's anybody's guess.
I think we're going to see some cars get a little hot, drafting that tight together. If we get large packs, could be some interesting moving around.
Only time will tell as the pace car leads the field down the backstretch. Once again, there is a lot of nice old school paint schemes here. I'm really liking that old Mike Skinner Lowe's paint job and that DeWalt. And I do believe that's the Bass Pro Shops GM Goodwrench car too. That's a nice looking paint scheme. And here we go. The pace car is getting ready. Drops off. Green flag is out. We are racing at Daytona.
08 seemed to not go there. Checking up the whole field.
Oh, there's a wreck happening already. Collecting quite a few cars.
Looks like the 08 missed a gear.
Caution is out. These guys will get to race back to the pace car, but they will do it in a semi-slower fashion. That way there's no extremely hard checkup when they do catch it. But you're right, it does seem that there was a missed shift on that initial start, which triggered the chain of events that happened there. It's unfortunate already, but I've seen real-life NASCAR drivers do it all the time. And I've had it happen to me in several official races myself where somebody either hasn't missed a shift or I've missed it myself, and we get the same end result there.
I just heard over the radio that the 08 was in third gear.
It looks like he's already gotten his fast repair taken care of. We see some bent sheet metal on some of the cars in front of him. You can see the numbers got rubbed off that Sunoco car there. Oh, and we can see a couple cars that are still towing or getting their repairs fixed. We see the 53 on pit road. That would be Joe Morgani, and behind him in the double 06 Verlin Felkus in that Kellogg's Cornflakes car. It's not exactly looking in its best shape right now, but hopefully they can get their fast repairs taken care of and get back on track without going down too many laps.
Yeah, it looks like cars involved look like the 49, the 28, the 1, the 53.
Oh, huge checkup as the 28 just pounded two cars and just wiped out. Took out the 40. Don't know what exactly happened there, but the 23 and the 40 got collateraled by the 28, who's now sitting waiting to get spun back around as he gets it turned back around and going. That might be a very costly early on mistake there. You see this heavy right front damage on the number 28. I don't know if he just didn't realize if he had to pass the car or if he had to slow down. He just did not check up for him, and we saw that weird event transpire there.
That's definitely not something you see under a caution.
No, that's very, very strange. It's almost like just couldn't get on the brakes fast enough, and must have made contact with the 40, which 40 must have turned and clipped the 23 and sent them both off in the grass. But everybody got going, and we'll see what they can do as we see the 28 heading back down pit road to repair his machine again. That might possibly be his second fast repair being used up already, so he's going to have to play it very conservative now if he wants to stay in this race. Let me take a look up here at the front of the field.
There's a lot of EOLs being given out. A lot of guys want to go to the back and try to stay alive for a little bit here.
Right now your leader is going to be the 18. Actually, no, it's still showing the 87 of Rittenhauer as your leader. Let's go on board with him.
Green flag.
As the green flag is back out. We'll ride a lap with him, green flag.
A much cleaner start now that we've got them starting to wind up, going into turn one, coming out of turn one here into turn two.
Take a look at the rear of your leader, you can see just how close these cars get to actually touching each other. They're coming around 3 and 4. And hand that lap to the number 7 car. Be interesting to see how long before the upper line starts forming, and we've got multiple cars drag racing each other too wide around this 2.5 mile super speedway. That they start forming up in the back. It's just a matter of getting enough cars on the outside and being able to side draft to get up there and really make that high line shine, which it does. See the 78 really pushing the 7. We got a slow car merging. He's going to stay low for the field.
And here comes the high line.
Let's take a look at these speeds here. Sitting around 201, 200 as they cross the stripe. Amazing speeds for these K&N cars. 204, 203 going into turn 1. It doesn't really feel like you're going that fast when you're actually racing it, but to see the cars flying around the track like this, it's just crazy. 205, 207, 208 was the highest I saw going in. That upper line has definitely formed. Be interesting to see what that second pack of cars does, if they're just laying back to see if anything happens up front. But if they don't start forming up and getting together soon, they're going to lose that lead pack very fast.
Yeah, we've actually got 3 packs of cars racing on the track here. You get the front 2, and then there's a straggler pack quite a ways back, just exiting turn 4 now. And looks like the 28 and the 44 are trying to work together and maybe pull this group together and get moving.
See the little straggler pack there as they go 3 wide, passing. If they can stay in that straight line, they will make a lot of time up. The more cars bumper to bumper, the faster you're going to go. We're going to check their speeds too right now. So we saw the lead doing 200 plus. They're getting to right around 200 going into turn 3. So not quite the same speed as having an outside line where you can side draft. But if they keep that pace up, they should be able to gain some ground, or at least not lose as much. But all it takes is one yellow flag, and that changes everybody's strategy up. Up front, nothing has changed right now. It's still the 87 and the 7. And they're coming up on the lap car. Three wide at the line. It was a very nice job of them getting around him. So right now it's showing that there's 26 cars still on the lead lap. .31 left in the race. We see the 00 Dwayne Cooper out there on the outside line. I've raced with him a lot, and he knows the fast way around these tracks. And if you can get hooked up with him, you're usually going to the front.
I've been listening through a lot of the team chat, and it seems like a lot of these drivers are complaining about getting tight already and starting to push.
You know, here at these super speedways, you know, get that higher speed, the cars just really bouncing around side by side with each other. A tight car could land you in trouble in a quick hurry. We should be seeing green flag stops here in about another 15 laps. Oh, there's a wreck going into 2.
Massive carnage
collected
back
6,
there.
7 cars. Oof.
Oh, and we see the smoke coming through. The field collects the pace car on the back stretch.
And it does appear that happened right there in the tri-oval. The 8 kind of gives the 934 a shove there and sends him down below the line. He comes back up, collects the 8. And the other car that was with him, the numbers are blacked out, so it's hard to see what it is. But
That is the 15 car.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the 3 of them are upside down in the turn, and then the rest of the field just catches them back there, and 3 or 4 more cars get involved.
As the leaders come down pit road for their much needed tires. Be interesting to see who beats who off of pit road here and takes the top spot. And the 82's down and away already. As we go cycle to see who our leader is. Hand the lead off to the number 7. As we are working the second caution. See some wave bys going around right now. See a few cars staying down there on the apron to keep the tires cool. We'll go on board with your leader here. Interesting to see if he's cutting his engine off, which he is. He's clutching it to save fuel. So we do have 43 laps remaining. Apparently our leader is not in TeamSpeak, so sorry that we could not get some in-car audio from him as the pace car is getting ready to make its way back on the pit road again as it's exiting turn 4. I'm going to restart this race again, and hopefully they get some good green flag laps in. And the green's out. See the twinning glued to the back bumper, that 7 pushing him out front, but that upper line is right there and they're all formed up. So let's see what happens here within the next lap or two with that 78. After ducking out to the outer lane, if he can make his way up there and take a couple laps, because we've got 31 and the 00, both good pushers. So that outside line should start moving pretty quick.
As the cars are right back up to full speed here, looks like we're 2 wide, at least 10 deep.
See the 1 there, he's kind of gotten a little bit hung out. I think maybe he stepped up to go to the outer line or something, because he's sitting up there on the high line letting everybody go. He tucks back down in. I think he's going to try and rejoin the draft. As he does, he drops back down to the bottom.
Everyone seems to be minding their P's and Q's so far and off that restart.
Yeah, the field's still kind of tucked pretty good together back here. They're getting single file in the back half of the pack.
Now, if you're one of these backpackers, you got to decide when is it time to go. Who are you going to go with? What lap do you want to go at?
I don't know, with 38 to go, it's hard to say when to go. I mean, I don't want to go too early with this group. I mean, this seems to be some quick guys up front, but if you wait around too long, it could be, could seal your fate.
It is really getting tight up in the front.
Yeah, they're starting to dance around a little bit here. I think these guys are thinking it's go time to try to get to as many positions as they can.
Out front, it's still all the number 7 show. 78's starting to make his way. He's been battling it there for the past 4 or 5 laps. He's got 2 great pushes behind him. It's just, I don't know if that upper line is really going to get together and work like they should, or if they're kind of just still waiting to see, as we get a great shot of them lined up coming down the backstretch here. Definitely right now the advantage does go to the inside line.
The outside line seems to get a good run on the straightaway, but then it dies off in the corners. But You never know. That 78 might get a good push from behind and be able to jump down low and take the lead.
Yeah, if they want that outside line to really come in and work good, they've really got to tuck up tight to each other and hold their lines and just stay right tight on the bumper. And that outside line will walk the front line right away. But they've got to keep them tight.
We see a lot of shifting starting to happen now, so I wouldn't believe that tire wear would be that affected already. More so it's just the airflow, people ducking in and out to keep their cars from blowing up, but it's definitely crucial to keep as close and straight of a line as possible to maintain that speed, but at the same time you've got to sacrifice that for a couple seconds multiple times a lap just to keep your car from overheating. I've seen it many times in official races as well as league races where the car behind the leader is just pushing, and then he blows his motor right in front of the entire field, and I've seen absolute chaos ensue after that.
Yeah, definitely. You got to keep it cool, but these K&N cars, they have quite an opening in the grill. You can run them pretty hard for 5 or 6 laps before you have to worry about overheating.
The field comes up on the lap car. They're going to take him 3 wide coming through the tri-oval. Make sure everybody gets through there nice and clean as they do as they cross the stripe with 34 laps to go now. Right now it looks like the 78 almost had the 7 cleared, but I don't think he's going to hang out the 31 or the 00. I think he wants to bring both of them with him.
Well, he really needs to bring him with him, because if he goes out and just ducks and leaves them high and dry, that outside line's just going to keep right on coming around, and it'll just be like a chain link.
I can tell you right now, if the 78 does drop and doesn't bring the 31 or the 00 with him, that 00 is going to push the living daylights out of that 31 car to get him up, both of them cleared. Like I've said before, I've raced with Dwayne a lot in the past, and if you get behind him on the outside lane, you're going to go places.
It's nice to see a group of guys that aren't afraid to run that outside line, you know. A lot of races we've watched, they just tuck right in on the bottom and they don't race for it.
That would be, as we call it in the official league, the bottom feeders. For people to just stay, even though it is usually the fastest line around the tracks. Sometimes it's not. In most cases, especially here at plate tracks, that upper lane is your best friend, but a lot of drivers just feel more comfortable having that reference mark of the yellow line all the way around the track. The leaders go around the 6 car again, 3 wide going to turns 1 and 2. He keeps it up nice and high for him to get through. Right now the 78 does have that advantage, but like we said, going into the corners, they seem to die off a little bit, but they definitely get the run out of it.
I think a lot of it too for the high line has to deal with you can't really side draft too well with these cars in the turns because the bottom line is pushing up slightly. And if you're side drafting too much, that bottom line might take you out.
As we have noticed that ever since iRacing put out this new build, the netcode factor is just gone through the roof. I've seen, like, especially cars running in the Diehard League. We had, what was that, one wreck that you could drive half a car through it and there was netcode. So that also might be a factor that's weighing very heavily on a lot of drivers' minds. You see the 20 there had to, what was it? That's the, there's a big checkout there. They're wrecking on the front. Multiple cars involved again. So that will bring the caution out. Freeze the field where it's at. They'll race back to catch the pace car. And I do believe that wreck did start with that one car checking up hard, because after that we saw it. So score your new leader as the 78. We ride on board with the leader. I'm pretty sure the entire lead pack is going to come down and take 4 fresh Goodyears and fill that fuel cell completely full with Sunoco race fuel. As he gears it down to go down pit road, we will cover the pits here.
This could be some guy's last pit stops.
As we stated in the pre-race show, the pit window is anywhere between 23 and 26 laps. So official scoring wise, we have 27 to go. So a little bit of fuel management under the pace laps, we could see our final set of pit stops happening right now.
The 7 took the race off of pit road.
And we saw earlier, and actually all race long, we've seen the 20 working with the 7. See if we can't drag P2 down here and see if he's going to stick with the 7 the rest of the race, or if he's going to stay as long as he can, wait for his chance to get out and win this race.
Did somebody move me in TeamSpeak?
Yeah, we got you, Derek. We're just curious. You gonna stick with the 20? The 7 the rest of the race, or you could try to take this thing yourself?
Well, I think right now I'm P2, so I'm going to be on the outside of him here, but I've got my teammate Chris behind me in the 31, so hopefully I'll be able to just stay up front here anywhere. I'm just happy to be up here out of the wrecks.
Yeah, there's been a few of those. Good luck to you there. I hope to see you in the winner's circle towards the end of it.
Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it, bud.
And that was your second place car, the 20. Unfortunately, we cannot get the leader because he is not in TeamSpeak, but be curious to figure out what kind of strategy he's on. But as we heard, he's got his teammate behind him on the restart, so that usually means it's going to be go time now.
Yeah, we're going to come back to green with about 25 to go by the looks of it.
A lot of cars as we cycle through the roll bar camera that are clutching it, saving as much fuel as they can right now. So I'm pretty much going to say that they're not coming back down pit road unless another caution comes out. As wave bys are running around, the lights on the pace car are out. They're going to stack them up double file.
Yeah, boy, that's a long run on fuel and tires. 25 laps, that's right at the edge of the fuel window. There could be a few guys running out of fuel.
Not just that, but as these cars burn fuel, they get lighter, and the lighter they get, the more sensitive the steering gets in them too. So with them running them that close to empty in the draft, inches away from each other, all it takes is just one minor miscalculation that could determine winning the race or riding it home on the hook. As we will restart with 24 laps remaining. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. We have the 7 and the 78 on the inside, which both very strong cars, and then the 20 and the 31 who are teammates on the outside. And then you can't rule out the 87 either, because he was our leader for quite some time. See if he can take advantage of that upper line.
It does appear the lights on the pace car are out, coming through 3 and 4.
As the pace car ducks down pit road, we are green flag racing with 24 laps remaining here at Daytona International. Looks like the 7 and the 78 got a pretty good restart there, but don't count out the 20 and the 31. As we see the Superflow car diving down to the inside, we're going to see a lot of lane shifting now going on. As everybody is pretty much going to be focused on hammer down and get to the front.
78 going up high, trying to take the lead here.
And that's the best thing that you can see is having your teammate in the rear view. So you see the 78 and the 20, they're getting a little bit of side draft there. 20 going wide. Are they going to make it 3 wide? No. He looked. Right now the inside line has the advantage due to more cars in it, but the front 3 on that outside are managing to hold dead even down the backstretch, and let's see what they can do going through the corners. See if they can get that run off.
That outside line was just joined by Dwayne Cooper as well, so they could start to really pick up some speed here. They got 4 cars in there.
Oh, we got 2 spinning down pit road. That I do not believe will call a caution. They stayed off the racing surface.
3 or more cars will only bring out the caution in City.
Unfortunate for the 2 that spun off there, but rules are rules, and I'd hate to break up this awesome race that we got going on for the lead right here between the 78 and the 7. You see him doing 200 miles an hour out of the corner. 202 going through the tri-oval, 200. It still blows my mind to see these speeds out of the K&N cars.
As they enter turn 1 at 204 miles an hour, that outside line is really starting to get together. They're holding their own. I'd like to see that outside line really dig in and get around them.
Well, there's definitely 4 good cars, the 78, the 20, the 31, and the 00 on the outside. All 4 of them which have shown that they can run that outside and run it quite well. So it'll be interesting what they can do hooked up together versus all those cars on the inside.
The 20 car is one hell of a pusher, so watch out on that outside.
And it definitely does help having your teammate behind you. See the Lowe's car. Oh! And we got him spinning on the backstretch. This one's going to bring out a caution. That was a lot of fast cars. Oh, the 78 involved, the 31, the 18. That was a big wreck. Hard hits to the inside wall. That's definitely going to shake things up now. Caution is out. See if the 31 can make it back to pit road before hand grenading that motor.
It looks like the 78 hit the wall and caused that whole wreck.
Oh, look at and we can see there's heavy damage to the 78. That car is driving sideways. There's definitely some frame damage done to that rig. He has effectively turned it.
The 78 did hit the wall hard there on the outside and then hit again on the inside. Looks like he got a little bit of a love tap from the 20 going into the corner and just set him up the track. The car must have been really tight going in at that speed. It just didn't look like he could pull it down.
Well, we all know that horsepower is how hard you can hit the wall, but torque is how far you drag that wall with you. Yeah, he's definitely turned that Impala SS into more of a Cobalt SS at the moment, but let's see if he can get it down pit road and get a fast repair and a nice clean machine out there.
There's a lot of drivers that are probably very thankful for that caution because now they can make it on the fuel.
As we see, the 31 has gone in and he's got himself a new car.
Yeah, I think even if it was me out there on the track and the caution came out and I wasn't involved, I'd be coming down and getting 4 new stickers and a tank of fuel. I don't want to run out.
And I definitely would not want to sacrifice tire grip either. That's definitely going to shake up our top 5 now.
As the 23 gets the win off pit road.
23 did not pit. He stayed out.
That's going to be a big gamble right there. Old tires versus new. See if we can drag the 23 down here and see if he's going to bank on there being more cautions or not and what his strategy is for the end play of the race.
Hey Bernie, how you doing? This is Alan up in the booth.
Good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. So, what's your strategy here? Not coming down pit road? You gonna try to ride it out?
I figured we just pitted. I got 4 tires and fuel, so I should make it to the end.
At least with the fuel run on that, it's what, 25, 26 laps? It's gonna be pretty close for you.
Yeah, I'm shutting it off, turn it on. I should be good.
Well, hope to see you up there in the winner's circle when you get done. Keep the tires underneath it.
10-4, buddy.
That was your leader. As we can hear him cycling off and on between the clutch, shutting the car off and on, trying to keep the fuel consumption to a minimum. I don't know if taking the 4 tires and filling the car back down with fuel is going to be the way to go or not. He might actually be on the right strategy. It's all going to depend on who's behind him and who's on his outside as to how this is going to shake out towards the end.
My curiosity on that car's going to be a little lighter. It may be a little faster, but if somebody gets tucked up under your rear bumper, what's going to happen?
They hit it right on the head right there, because a lighter car means a looser car. So if you've got 5 or 6 gallons less than the guy behind you, you're going to be faster off the start, but you're also going to be more susceptible to getting aero push or getting aero loose from the car behind you or the car on your outside.
Well, time will tell. It looks like we're probably going to have 15 laps to go when we go green here.
As Brett Bodine does a masterful job driving the Mustang pace car around the track. See who our new top 5 will be. It'll be the 23 as your leader. Second place will be the 33. Then we'll have the 88. Behind that will be the 87, who we can't count out yet, and the 28. That's actually a pretty good recovery for the Superflow car, because he was involved in that very first, I think it was lap 1 caution. See him back up towards the front. That's actually a pretty good sign, even though he does have some damage on that machine. It does appear on the rear.
Yeah, he was actually involved in both of the first 2 cautions. Tore the car up pretty bad both times.
It'll be interesting to see how that machine handles in the draft. I think he'll be all right, though, because his nose does look pretty clean. He's just got a little bit of a wedgie there on the back. That shouldn't really affect him too much aero, as long as he stays tucked up behind the car in front of him.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of left front damage there, right there on the front, just above the headlight as well. Got a little hood pop. But if he can keep it in the draft, he might be able to pull this out with a 2nd or 3rd place finish.
So now, gentlemen, the question is asked: do cautions breed cautions?
Well, this is a plate track, and we've all raced them, and we know when it gets down to the wire, people start making bold moves, and 9 times out of 10 I've seen multiple cautions towards the end of a race. Hopefully this one will end under green flag, but it's pretty much a crapshoot at this point as the pace car goes through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to make its dive bomb down on the pit road, and hopefully we restart this race for the last time. Pace car is off. We're green flag. 15 laps to go. Nice clean start this time. See the 7 and the 87 hooked up there on the outside. 28's bobbing and weaving a little bit there. A little bit of push up on that low line, but it's not affecting the leader right now. But that outside line is coming. See a lot of cars debating on which lane they want to switch to.
The guys that have been riding around all in the back all race, they got to find a way to get up here now.
Yeah, this is the time where you really got to make your mind up if you want to push it 3 wide, take that risk, because I think that's what it's going to take to get through the field.
We are definitely down to crunch time now, and we can see that lead pack has already put a little gap on the second one, but now's the time. You need to decide it's go time. Which lane are you taking and who are you taking with you, or who is getting taken out. As we see the 23 is now being challenged by the 33 on the outside.
Back further in the pack, it looks like we have one kind of caught in the middle. Oh, he gets back in line.
I believe that would be the 6 car.
The Napa car just slides right out to the outside there, right in front of the 31.
see multiple cars changing lanes. That's going to be happening a lot more frequently as these laps wind down, but up front they are staying nose to tail. They're 3 wide coming out of 4.
A lot of the guys that were involved in that last wreck are working pretty hard in the back to get up to the back to the front. The 31 and the 18 are hooked up, and they are making some ground up.
Yeah, in the 20 car there, we see him up front most of the race there. He's kind of in the back, no help at all. So it looks like, unless he can find some help, he's going to be finishing in the back half of the field this race.
Which is unfortunate, seeing how he was running so strong. Now that him and his teammate got separated, it's pretty much... I think everybody's made their bet as we see the 1 car pushing up big time, trying to side draft. We're going to see a lot more of this moving around as blocking is going to start happening as we're going 3 wide on the backstretch.
7 car pulls it down to the inside middle line there. He's just trying to move his way up through. He's got the 00 to his outside, shuffles Dwayne out.
Oh yeah, that 00 is...
Wrecking.
Oh, we got a
Spinning
spinner, but
around.
single car spin. He's going to the inside. That will not trip a caution as we are still 3 wide. We're 3 wide. Oh, this is...
Third lane forming. Third lane is forming.
Oh, folks, 10 laps to go. Now is when you're going to see the most exciting racing. We got 3 wide, at least 2 deep. The 00 is one who is definitely not afraid to take it 3 wide. Hell, I've seen him go 5 wide at Talladega.
Oh, we got big checkup here. Big checkup.
00 drops down.
And there's a definite middle line running here.
Look at this. We have some beautiful 3 wide racing going on.
As we cross the line with 10 laps to go.
Oh, big wreck, big wreck, big wreck.
Oh, wow. Car 6 flipping.
Oh, wow. That is just violence everywhere. Well, now I think the 23 strategy might pay off because this one's going to restart with maybe 2 to go at best. A handful, maybe. That just pretty much took out most of the contenders for the race here. It seems that the 6 car got the most violent ride out of that one. He barrel rolled at least a dozen times.
I think we're going to need to call the medic for the 6.
Yeah, life light has been alerted.
That might have been the most rolls I've ever seen in a race.
I don't know. Do we count your IndyCar race that we were in where you had the death wobble?
No. No, this was a spectacular flipping incident there.
Oh, it was quite majestic. He literally pulled a Ryan Newman, except the rear end didn't get ripped out from underneath the car. So once again, your top 5 has been shaken up as we see the number 28, who is involved in both the early wrecks, is now sitting catbird in 2nd. I still would not count out the 87 of Rittenauer. He's been fast the entire race, and we've also got the 7. He's got some minor damage. I expect him and all the other cars to come down pit road. But then again, with literally a handful of laps left, is it worth losing the track position? We see the 78 is heavily damaged. 28 looks like he's going to pit fake. The 7 goes down, he's going to take it. The 78 is staying out with all that damage on the front end.
The 78 might be out of fast repairs.
I believe he is. As we go on board with the 28, we'll see if we can get a word in with him.
Yeah, that wreck was a consequence of tight racing. The 33 and the 08 actually made light contact, which sent the 08 up the hill and into the 00.
You can see all the rubber built up on the windshield of the 28 there as he's sitting really good now after the early instances. Hey Bill, this is Art in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. You're sitting really pretty despite the early instances on. What's your strategy here towards the end?
Try to keep the nose clean. It's the best possible strategy I can do here. Starting on the high side, I mean, I just got to give it up to whoever's going to be pushing me on the restart. Looks like I got Eddie Hawks behind me. So, going to hope to get a good restart here, not spin the tires, and see if I can get out front here.
Well, you got a handful of laps to do it, and I know all you guys know what you're doing around these plate tracks, so good luck, and hope to see you in your line here at the end.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That was your second place car of Bill Jett. We see the 6 gets a wave by. Oh, he did get a fast repair. But at this point, as we see all these cars driving with torn up sheet metal, I believe that is the 45. That is the Air Force car. He definitely needs to glue a set of wings on that car if he wants to stay in the draft. It is tore up. Judging by the way things are going to stack up here as we got another wave-by car going around it. The way things sit, the 87 is going to line up behind the 23, and the 45 is going to line up behind the 28, which is not going to benefit him at all.
Yeah, that 45 car looks pretty tore up.
We get the wave-bys still going. The 6 is going to take another one. And now they double file them up.
It's good to see that the race admins here are trying to keep the guys on the lead lap the best they can by getting them back around the field.
Yeah, that's one thing I can point out with cyber racing, that as long as you call it out that you need a wave by, they will give it to you as long as it's not on the final lap. But that is an amazing thing to have. So that way you don't feel like you're just a back marker riding around multiple laps down. You still have the chance to make a pass for position and gain some points.
Well, you know, I'm no stranger to the back marker. I mean, at anything but super speedways.
Well, you usually start out in the back, work your way to the front, and then somehow magically end up in the fence.
Yeah, it's amazing how that seems to happen more often than not.
That's some Toyota Priuses. The gas pedals get stuck on them. too often, and that sometimes you end up Austin Dillon in the catch fence.
I do believe I have a little help from time to time.
All right, folks. The lights are off on the pace car. We are going to take the green flag with 4 laps to go. Green is out. Let's see who's going to bring it home.
We have 4 laps remaining. If a caution comes out now, the race will be over.
We see the 31 is tucked in behind the 87, which is definitely going to help the 23. The 45 cannot catch up to the 28 right now. The 28 drops down to the bottom. So now we've got the 87 and the 31 going to the outside. So we see the cars rattlesnaking down the backstretch. Everybody jockeying for any position they can get on the track. Hand the lead over to the 87 right now, and he's trying to bring the 31 with him, but the 23 is rallying back with help from the 28 and the 30 Napa car.
And that number 20 DeWalt car is back in the mix, sitting there and looks like 8th.
And the 7 car is back up there too, as they are 3 wide. 3 laps to go.
That caution really helped those guys out a lot because they needed to get back up in there.
We're still 3 wide.
Yeah, the 45, he just so tore up that he just cannot stay with the draft. He's dropping back fast.
See if we can get him. The inside's rallying back now. The 28's worked his way up around the 44. The 18 now. Oh, we get the 31 spinning. This is going to end the race here.
Oh, 31 hard in the
45 hard too. 28 spinning, so we got a race to see who gets it at the line. Right now it's scoring the 87. We'll wait to confirm it, but it hands it back to the 23. The 23 is going to win the race. His strategy did pay off. Well, plate track racing has always been a gamble, and he was one of the ones that elected to stay out. As the 13's driving through the grass there. A little bit of a checkup. It almost looked like that was net code coming through the tri-oval. We see heavy damage to the left side of that 28. But this will end the race. Well, Mike, I hate to say it, but you were right. Cautions did breed cautions on this one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
As we take the last lap.
If it would have stayed green, I think we would have seen a really good finish from these guys.
As the pace car goes through the backstretch one final time. Your winner of the first race of the season here for the Cyber Racing Association K&N Series will be the number 23 of Bernard Person. Hopefully he's got enough gas in that thing to do his victory donuts. Because I know he said it was going to be close on fuel.
Well, I've got you who is in TeamSpeak. The rest of the guys aren't in there, so here's the 45.
Hey Eddie, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy?
I'm thinking he either doesn't have a mic set up or he's away.
Yeah, we might be having radio communication issues here. We'll try getting back to him, because we do want to get his take on the race, seeing how he was our Tough Break Award. We'll go ahead and bring the 28 up in here, because he's the biggest mover. Oh, William, you seem to have won the first award of the season here for the biggest mover. You were involved in the early instances, but you managed to bring it home in third. So how's that feel?
Oh, it's amazing, man. I can't believe it. I have no idea what happened there at the end. I could have sworn I was going through the infield. Somehow I saved his car, and looks like the caution flag saved me on that one. So I fought hard the whole race. I mean, had to start from the back, like you said, and pushed forward and got a top 3 to finish it out. So I'm thrilled.
Amazing job. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my teammate, Zach Chahalis. Him and I ran from the back to the front a few times. Some pit strategies and things here and there. So definitely love to thank him and, Superflow for sponsoring the car today.
All right. Look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, here is your second place car.
All right, Raymond, you brought home P2. You were strong all race. Had that caution out come out, do you think you would have gotten the W on this one?
That would have been close. I was tight on the outside there when the caution came out. We're pretty much side by side.
I thought you had it there for a second, but then they scored the 23 as the leader. But nonetheless, you kept the car in great shape all race long, and you were definitely one of the fastest cars out there on the track, and you're going to bring home a solid P2 finish to start the season off. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
Just everybody watching and you guys for doing the broadcast tonight.
All right. We look forward to seeing you next week at Talladega.
All right, thanks.
And this will be your winner of the first race of the season.
Well, strategy definitely paid off. Staying out was well worth the wait. You bring home the W. How does it feel to bring that low Chevy home into victory's lane?
Oh, it feels good, man. It feels good.
I've run these races multiple times. I've come so close to winning them, and then ended up going on my lid, Clint Boyer style, on fire. But you managed to bring it home in one piece. You score the number one position for the first race. Can you carry that on through the season?
Oh, I'm gonna give it a try. All I can do is do my best and just keep going. That's all you can do.
Well, congratulations on winning the inaugural race for the Cyber Racing Association K&N Series. Is there anybody that you would like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Cyber Racing for having these events on. Dwayne, he puts a good race going.
All right, thank you once again. That is our winner, and we will see you at Talladega next week. Hopefully, you can rip off 2 in a row.
Thank you, sir.
Well, folks, that's going to do it here at Daytona. So your winner, the number 23, Bernard Person. Bringing in second is going to be the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Third, Bill Gillette. Fourth, Dustin Dean. Fifth, Rodney Wofford. Sixth, Jonathan Chisholm. Seventh, Jason Kinzer. Eighth is going to be Travis Stewart. And then ninth place, Justin Levine. Rounding out your top 10 will be R.D. Peterson Jr. 11th place, Jared Haggerty. 12th, Matthew Welzenbach. 13th, Daniel Harrington. 14th, the number 78 of Josh Ball, who was involved in that late race caution. 15th will be the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. 16th, Roger Stewart. 17th, John Mustian Jr. 18th, Scott Trantham. 19th, Derek Walker. Zachary Chahalis is going to round out the top 20. 21st will be Chris Passini. 22nd, Gregory Thompson. 23rd, Eddie Hawks. 24th, Jeff Carter. 25th, Anthony Santoro. 26th, Frederick Hofstetter. 27th, Jared Treese. 28th, it's going to be Jason Rudbush. 29th, Verlin Felkis. Rounding out the top 30 will be Joe Morgani. That we're down multiple laps. Our last two will be Greg Carter and Marcus McFadden. Mike Allen, it's been one hell of a race.
It was a good race. I'm going to bring down Dwayne Cooper for a few last words with us, and we'll wrap it up.
But I'll go back and review that and figure out where the places should be from the minute the yellow come out.
Sorry, Dwayne, I didn't mean to catch you in mid-sentence there. We just wanted to grab you down here for any last words or remarks you had.
Well, it sucked. I went 3 wide and got hit. But no, other than that, I think it was really good. I mean, a lot of these guys, first time in these cars, so it was a lot of fun.
No, I know me and you have done a lot of 3-wide racing between the trucks, the cars, and the Cup cars. I know you're not afraid to take it to the wall like you did before. It's just a shame that cautions bred cautions at the end, but we did have one hell of a battle up front.
Yeah, I got to thank the 6 of Jared. I don't know where he come from, but I kept trying to get to the third line, and nobody wanted to go up there, and I jumped up there and thought I was going to get hung out, and he ended up pushing. And then as soon as I got to P2, that was it. Somebody liked my rear end better than me, I guess.
Well, let's play it racing. We all know how it goes. Everybody's friends until the last lap.
Yeah, and I want to appreciate you guys coming on. You know, we hadn't planned on broadcasting this race, but we have a lot of people that watch it, and they requested it, and I know last minute. That's what a lot of them watching doesn't realize. Y'all, probably 2 hours before race time, actually agreed to carry our series, so I really appreciate y'all taking time out of, I think y'all were planting crops or something like that when I got a hold of y'all.
Yeah, we were in the middle of farming sim, but we're always glad to cover some good racing. As we saw a really good race, y'all took it green and it did some tremendous 2-wide deep racing. It's just super speedway racing. The cautions are going to come out, but overall it was a really good race to watch, and it was a pleasure broadcasting it.
Yeah, and we'll go back. The top 3 are what they are, but we'll go back and look at that caution and then set the field from there. So some of the drivers won't be in the spots they are when we do the points.
Well, and then next week we move on to Talladega.
Yep, we move on to Talladega, and we'll see what kind of set iRacing gave us, and we'll try to work on a set and make it where we can do a little more 3-wide all the time.
I would say Talladega is a little wider than Daytona. We'll see a lot more 3-wide racing there.
Yeah, these group of guys, if they're anything like they are in our truck series, they love that 3-wide, and Talladega gives them that chance where they can go out there and it's not so bad. These cars were pushing really, really bad about halfway through a fuel run, so it was kind of hard to hold that bottom line and kind of hard to suck on the side of somebody.
Well, Talladega, if any place, we'll see 4 and 5 wide racing on that backstretch. It's going to be fun to see that one happen.
Yeah, once again, appreciate y'all coming on board, guys. Having a lot of fun with you guys this year.
Well, we look forward to a great season of racing. I know I know you like run up towards the front, and you'll get up there by any means necessary. So I expect to see that 0-0 in victory lane at some point this season.
Yeah, I was hoping tonight, but yeah, I'm hoping in this season that I can get up there. We had a good run to the end, and then that's just super speedway racing, but.
And I think that's probably going to do it for our broadcast this evening, folks. Come back and see us tomorrow night when we're covering the turkey shootout.
Yes, we will be covering the Turkey Shootout 250, which is going to be the trucks at Talladega. It's 94 lap, half distance race on a fixed set. Like I said during the pre-race show, there is a $250 payout to the top 15. The green flag will drop at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Die Hard Live TV. For Alan Schoen and Mike Major in the booth, I'm Art Peck. You have been watching Die Hard Live Broadcasting, and we will see you guys next week.